There's a media smear campaign out there for Michael Jordan, and there's all these people that are like taking these clips and saying how trash basketball was in the 90s, as if we didn't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
You thought it was trash?
No.
So MJ does whatever he wants now.
And they tried to say MJ doesn't have a left hand, and then they broke it down, and it's like he goes to the left just as much as he goes to the right now. Like,
this is a smear campaign.
this is a smear campaign.
I don't love
this.
I because of some things that have happened on First Take and The Old Man and the Three, which is my other podcast, because of some things that I've said, I have this reputation as like destroying the older generation, and it's like,
what did you call them? Janitors?
Plumbers and firemen.
There we go.
But here's everything I've ever said is
you've been smeared
in fact.
What are the facts here? That Michael Jordan's a fireman?
No, I was talking specifically about the players that Bob Cousy played against in the 1950s.
Okay, this is different.
In the 1950s, nearly every professional athlete in every sport
was white.
Had
what?
Don't get me started on the quota.
wait. Talk to us about the Utah Jazz. Go.
No, don't get me started on this. But every professional athlete, not every but most professional athletes had a summer job. They didn't train year round like we did. They literally were plumbers and firemen and welders and farmers.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
So it was a matter of fact that he was.
But you
playing
also
against,
say that I think the implication is they're less athletic, they're less good.
Well, they were less good. Let's be in the 1950s.
But that's just a matter of what they got paid, and they had to be. They weren't like, hey, 100%. I want to be a plumber and I'll play basketball on the side. You know what I mean? Like, they're very good basketball players who had to make ends meet, as was Bob Cousy.
I can absolutely. I've been so consistent on this, and yet people are like, you trash prior generations. I've been consistent on this.
But Bob
the
Cousy,
first time I ever commented on any of this was right after the top 75 list came out.
Yeah, and you were pissed that fucking Dwight Howard wasn't on.
And all I said was, we should absolutely celebrate the greatest players in every era, what they accomplished, who they were as players. We should celebrate that. But you can't tell me that, Dolph Schayes was a better basketball player than Tracy McGrady or Kyrie Irving or Klay Thompson or Dwight Howard. It's not based in any sort of fact. Now, relative to the competition, you could make an argument, right? Relative to the competition, which is what I've been consistent on. Celebrate what players were able to do in their era. So I get knocked for, I trashed Larry Bird. Dominique Wilkins has been on like 19 different podcasts talking about how stupid I am for saying that Larry Bird is a top 10 player of all time and one of the greatest shooters ever. But objectively, he's not a top 5 3-point shooter. He's just not.
Well, wasn't there?
And the argument against that is, well, if he had played in today's era, he would be a top 5. What? That doesn't even make sense. That's not based in reality or fact.
Wait, but was there a 3-point line early in his career?
3-point line was 1979, 1980. I believe was the first year of the 3-point line. Chris Ford made the first 3-pointer ever.
But when does he come in the league? Bird.
He was the class of 79, wasn't he?
Okay, so he's in it. So the game is a little different. But you're saying the data doesn't show that he's a top 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he shot like 3 a game or something.
Yeah, I mean, 37% for his career. Draymond Green just passed him in the all-time
total 3-point. Yeah.
I believe Richard Jefferson is right above him too. I'm gonna say Richard Jefferson's one of the best.
So what was Larry Bird good at?
But I think
Larry Bird was one of the greatest players ever.
Yeah.
He was a great shooter. First of all, he was a great shooter.
Yeah.
Incredible passer.
Yeah.
Insane passer.
He's also, to me, like when I watch, because I watch full games, and then I watch the highlight montages that we all watch. I love watching full games on YouTube. It's one of the greatest gifts ever of YouTube.
Yeah.
But he's another guy who like defied a definition.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
He defied a definition.
Yeah.
Jordan defied a definition.
Yeah.
He defied a definition. They're transcendent players.
Yeah.
Transcendent. That's how I look at him.
But not a good 3-point shooter.
No, he was a good 3-point shooter.
But one of the best shooters ever?
But Mad Dog that day said to me, but Larry Bird won a 3-point contest. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of guys that have won 3-point contests.
Did you ever win 3-point contests?
Nah, I fucking never made it past the first round.
Wait, why?
Well, the first year I shot.
Ah. Again, it's because the rack is not on the right side. If you had the rack on the right side,
this is what drives me crazy though. Is like, you again, like
you need people talking shit to you while you're shooting. That's the problem.
And then there's like facts. And you have like cameras in the arenas now. We can track everything. I can tell you that Wembanyama's release point is at 9.4 feet. I can tell you that LeBron James this year on catch and shoot threes, his right shoulder is turned 6 degrees more to the right, so he's more square to the basket.
You would know catch and shoot threes very well.
So my point is,
are you a catch and shoot guy?
I was for like, no, of course I was. But I was also one of the top off the dribble jump shooters in the NBA for years.
I knew that about
Was
you.
one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA for years. I wasn't just like, when people say spot up, I'm like, I didn't even practice spot up threes.
You didn't even practice it.
No, I didn't practice spot up threes. I didn't practice. Why would I?
Why would he? Why would he? He's putting it on the floor.
When am I getting this?
He's putting it on the floor.
I'm moving.
Also moving, dickhead.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah, dude. You see how these Browns try to fucking take us down, man? It's fucked up, bro.
Take this.